Hello and welcome back to the channel. Okay, so what a week it's been. So let's have a sort of just a recap on where we are with PlayStation, right? Because they're it's a very interesting generation they're having right now, and both them and their Sony fan base, because they're going for a really hard time at the moment. They're on Twitter a lot, and massively damage controlling, and just flip flopping and being hypocritical, contradicting themselves, and just going back on everything they've said for the past 7 years. I mean, let's recap. Sony lied to them. Sony did lie to them about their games. They promised them PlayStation 5 exclusives, and then they switched them all to PlayStation PS4. I think the only PlayStation 5 first-party exclusive in the near future is a Ratchet and Clank that obviously just released. There's no further plans. And then with Ratchet and Clank, we was told that it will only work on the SSD. Now that wasn't entirely true either.
One is kind of a little random, but I just wanted to ask you your opinion based off of you looking at, say, a game like Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, how well that is, and how, you know, Ratchet and Clank just jumping into dimensions like in real time. Do you think that would be possible on the Series X? I mean, with the SSD difference there, or they would have to really scale it back and kind of, try to get it to like work on the system. But do you think certain things that are done on PS5 can be done on Series X?
Yes, I do think it can be. An SSD is a big step up in any aspect. And here's the thing, right? And here's a technique that they use in game development, and you could easily cheat that effect.
I mean, with Mark Cerny doing a really dull presentation, let's be honest, about the SSD and promising great things, and then really hyping up for a year the ability of the SSD and the power of the SSD. And then Jim coming out with promising exclusives and going generations and the PS5 games they got coming, yada, yada, yada. It did, for a moment, short moment, upset a lot of fanboys, and were offended and upset, and sort of went at some of the devs and had a big old cry about it, as they do. I mean, I've heard there was a meeting about it. Let's go over to the Sony studio and see what one of the fans said.
Give him my word. Gee whiz. Jimmy, don't you see? I'm a criminal. My word don't mean dick.
You gave me your word. Your word! Your word you gave me the other day!
You gave me your word.
Let's be honest here. We know they wouldn't have went to Sony and complained. They never have done. They never do. What they do is they tend to either complain on Xbox channels and moan about Xbox and attack Xbox when Sony does them wrong, or they attack their own developers. The developers they praise continuously, they will just turn on them. They will actually turn on pretty much anyone other than Sony. If Sony ever does them wrong, they will not say a word to Sony. Generally, they just attack anyone and anything near them. Almost like just a swarm of wild mental wasps that have just gone haywire because their nest has been broken. Some kids thrown, I don't know, a ball at their nest, and they've all come scattering out and just gone wild and mental everywhere at everything they can find. Apart from the source of the problem, which is Sony. We never see them doing that. And frankly, it's just weird. But let's be honest, they did it to themselves. The writing was on the wall a year ago for Jim Ryan. I mean, his reaction to an interview was just bizarre.
It's interesting, isn't it? That's all I'm going to say on that. We've got our plans, we've got our policies, we've got our strategies set. I don't really care what anybody else does.
And to make matters worse for them, Xbox bought ZeniMax Studios, including Bethesda and that lot, which apparently Sony was going to buy a while back. That's what some of the YouTubers are reporting on. But Xbox bought them, and now the media's gone crazy. They're starting to flip-flop, claiming that some of the games will still go to PlayStation 5, despite Xbox and everyone basically saying it's going to be exclusive to Xbox via Game Pass, so it'll be on PC. The fans have just gone mad and crazy. They've gone sort of from denial to absolutely, these games will go on PS5, to now starting to demand that these games go onto PlayStation, and starting to beg for these games. Actually, one of the fans even wrote this to Microsoft and Bethesda. Allow me to read it out for you all. We game fans and PlayStation platform players are very sad that Bethesda and Microsoft have announced that Starfield will be an exclusive game for the Xbox platform. We want Microsoft and Bethesda to be sensitive and include Starfield in the PlayStation for launch, even more in a pandemic period where people need to enjoy leisure, and exclude this game from a platform that has millions of users and fans of the sci-fi is extremely harmful and unfair. I believe that the game would reach a great level and even greater respect being democratised on all platforms. Make the dream of us PlayStation gamers come true. Grace us with this possible masterpiece of space art. Please kindly ask you to rethink the launch of Starfield on the PlayStation. I appreciate the support of anyone who can share this request for true game fans.
Beg. Beg! Fuck! No! Take out my dick. Atwater. Take it out.
Take it out! Take it out!
Please, I don't want her hurt.
You scumbag. Didn't you learn nothing from me? Never beg. Never, ever fucking beg.
It's interesting, isn't it?
In fact, you're spot on, Jim. It's very, very interesting indeed. Actually, one of the Santa Monica devs, David Jeff, even had something to say about it. Let's see what he has to say.
That's how it works. People are, it's anti-consumer. What is the matter with you guys? Look, if you just want to come out and say you hate capitalism, that's
Look at the babies right here.
But at least just say that then. But to say it's anti-consumer for people to have exclusives, that's ridiculous. That's like saying it's anti-consumer for McDonald's to have a Big Mac and Burger King doesn't. That's like saying it's anti-consumer for HBO Max to have the Snyder Cut and Netflix doesn't. That's like saying it's anti-consumerism for your mother, you know, to fuck only certain people that she decides are worthy of paying her to fuck her, and not fuck other people who either she doesn't find attractive or they don't have enough money. It's not anti-consumerism, it's just capitalism, and it's the way business gets done. Okay, now eventually, you're gonna hate this too probably if you're one of those babies over there. Look at you, you're too cute. When you guys are not crying like fucking little babies, you're so cute. I think one of the things we can agree on, Jaffe, and it's really, they are very, very, very cute. Yes, I agree with that. They're very cute babies. But the point is, you guys got Spider-Man, you guys got Uncharted, you guys got Horizon, you guys got fucking Last of Us Part 2. Really? Finally, Xbox shows up and they're doing the one thing that you guys say that makes PlayStation so awesome, which is exclusives and their first party, and now it's like, oh, well, this is anti-consumer. You are a bunch of babies. You're a bunch of babies. You need your nappy change. You need a little pacifier.
I don't agree with everything he says, of course, because I don't really agree with exclusives myself. But he nonetheless absolutely destroys the PlayStation fan base, PlayStation dev. And there's just so many people just getting at them right now because they're going running around with eggs on their face. They look stupid. They're actually all whining, crying, moaning, just getting angry, pretty much over the things they sort of demanded, the things they wanted to see, and they're getting angry over them now. Everything's just absolutely backfiring. People got receipts on them. You've got various YouTubers that are just making now profit off absolutely destroying these people. On the back of that, we've got them also petitioning to get Starfield on the PlayStation 5. And then, as always, as I did in my last video, you've got the media that's trying to help them out. Well, there's one media outlet now claiming that Forza Horizon 5 may go to PlayStation 5, they're trying to say. It's just ridiculous. I don't know why they pander to that fan base, because they are, as Jeffy said, a bunch of whining crybabies, and it's just not good for gaming. It looks pathetic and weak, and it's just brilliant to see. I think a lot of people, PC gamers, Nintendo gamers, Xbox gamers, are just loving it at the moment and really watching them self-destruct at the moment, and watching really Sony show their true colours, really, because this is what we knew all along. And basically their fans are going to have to just put up and shut up, basically, moving forward. But anyway, I hope you like this video. It's really amusing. Well, tell me what you think about the whole thing at the moment and what's all going down. I need to get back on Twitter. I've been sort of taking some people's clips off their Twitter accounts. This is from Diggity's channel, as you see at the end. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please get my subs up. Let's get some more subs going, some more likes, and some more shares and shout out, please. Thank you all for watching, and goodbye for now.